During the 1970s and early 1980s, the violence that swept Uganda inflicted a particularly heavy toll on women. Economic hardships were felt first in the homes, where women and children lacked economic choices. The disruptions in the political, economic, and social setup saw families lose not only their sources of livelihood, but in worst cases, the entire family structure. In this nightmare, women were left at the struggling end because of their roles in families. Like the common saying, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Women are sometimes classified among the vulnerable in society. When social dynamics change, gender roles ascribed to women also shift. Dr. Maggie Kigozi, a medical doctor by profession but a career businesswoman and administrator, explains the driving spirit behind economic empowerment amongst women.
My name is Maggie Kigozi. I am a medical doctor by training, and yes, I worked as a medical doctor for about 17 years. But after that, I joined the private sector, worked with Pepsi Cola. After which I then joined government as the CEO of the Uganda Investment Authority and retired about 4 years ago. Now back in the private sector and also an entrepreneur again. I think we've come a long way. We've come a long way. A few years ago, we were only in the market, we were only in small trade, small businesses. And now you have women out there, they are manufacturing, they have their own hotels. They are, big commercial agricultural projects. They are in ICT. The women are everywhere. They even are in construction, surprisingly enough. They build houses and they rent houses. So, yeah, I am quite happy with where we were and where we are now.
Growing up in a family of motorsport champions in the 1960s and 1970s, Dr. Maggie Kigozi was fortunate to have a fulfilling childhood, an envy to most young girls at that time.
Okay, my family, my mother was a dressmaker, a very tough lady and very strong. My father was an engineer with the Ministry of Works, so he was always being sent around. He was never in one place, so he was either in Jinja, or Fort Portal, or Masindi or something. So it was quite nice in the holidays to go and visit him, but he was never really much at home. I had 4 brothers. My grandparents are the ones who were English. Both my grandfathers were English. Both my grandmothers were Baganda. And so we look at ourselves as Baganda, and we grew up here. I went to nursery school at Mrs. Lunde's place in Makerere College School. There was a nursery school there. Then I went to Aga Khan Primary. My father took me to Nakasero, try and get me a place in Nakasero. I refused to say anything in the interview. So they didn't give me a place. But I got in Aga Khan, and that's where I did my primary up to primary 8. We were able to pass quite well, a large group of us from Aga Khan actually. And we went to Gayaza High School. I was there for my O-levels, but I was a little bit high-spirited for Gayaza. So I then went into a day school, which was Kololo High School. From Kololo, we went to medical school, Makerere. I found my friends who I had left at Gayaza, joined them, and there were many of us in medical school. And so that's my educational background. I did internship and practiced medicine in Uganda, in Zambia, and in Kenya. And came back here in '86 with the present government.
In 1977, Dr. Margaret Blake Kigozi got married to engineer Daniel Serrano Kigozi, and together they had 3 children.
For me, maybe just to share my own experiences, I was lucky I was able, when my children were young, to focus on my children. Yes, I had a day job from 9 to 5, but the rest of the time I was available to be with my children. For me, my children always came first. So I was not so ambitious that I wanted to be a CEO very fast, which many of you young people are. You want to be a CEO today, not next year, not 2 years down the road. So I was slightly different. I needed to be there for my children. And you find a lot of women are like me. That some are not like me. They still, in spite of the children, are able to succeed very fast. This depends on what your character is and what your priority is. Yeah. So balancing is not easy, but the thing is to be very, very good at what you do. And it takes less time. If you know what you're doing, like I was at the UIA for quite a long time, there was nothing there I didn't know. So if you ask me to talk about mining, it's not, I don't have to go and do a lot of research and no, I know everything about mining and I can talk about it quite confidently. So you have less work and therefore spend more time with the family.
Having had a medical career, we get to wonder how she transits to the world of business.
Maybe my mom. My mom was always a dressmaker, fashion designer, and always an entrepreneur. She was trying this and buying that and selling that, some kind of trade as well. So she was very entrepreneurial, but at a small scale. My husband, though, is the one I inherited the business from. The first business I went into was Pepsi, because he had been one of the owners of Pepsi, and when he passed away, I had to take over and try to run the business as he was doing.
Although it is generally known that women face more challenges due to established culture norms and attitudes, Dr. Maggie Kigozi shares a contrary view. The changing world gives women potential to positively participate in the economy.
Women are expected to be at home, to look after the children, to get married. Often they were not even educated, so when we talk of the older, my generation, for example, very few of us went to university, for example, or A-levels or anything. So they've had many problems along. Business for anybody, business is about risk. You take your money, you put it in a venture, and it is all about risk. Tomorrow, the rains may come and wash off everything, including your building collapses on you, and that's the end of your business. If you're a farmer, the dry season may come before it's time, and all your crops are. So business alone, even now that's not women, for anybody, is very, very risky. It's all about risk. But you take the risk, and you try to plan for risks and try to succeed in spite of the risks. For women it's particularly difficult. It was not in our culture at all. It is a big problem. We were not very aggressive. We were brought up to not, you were actually told off when you were too aggressive. So you're behaving like a boy. What do you think you're doing? You don't fight. You are not allowed to do many things. You may not go do sciences at school, because that is for boys. You don't do maths. You are not allowed to ride a bike for various reasons. You definitely not ride a motorcycle.
To Dr. Kigozi, with a clear vision and determination, the sky is the limit for women to venture in entrepreneurship.
It's a problem, our mindset. You get trained, you want to have your degree in order to get a job. Yeah, and jobs are not there, they're very few. So we need that mindset change. I am happy to say it's happening. It is happening. I've been working on this for the last 15 years, on this mindset change as the head of the Uganda Investment Authority, and now as an individual, I continue to do that, to get this mindset change, people to think, yes, I can start a business and I can succeed, and trying to share with them what it takes. What do you need to do in order to succeed in your business? So among the things you need to do is get information. And especially here, women, we are so busy. Women are busy. We are what they call time short, because you have to look after not only yourself, but also the whole family, including your parents. If somebody is sick in the hospital, it's you, your children, make sure they're at school. And so we really do not have time. So often we don't get any information. If you are doing a business, you need to be informed. Apart from finding information, in order to start your business, you need to have a vision. Where do you want to go? What is it that you're going to do that you like doing? There are opportunities in Uganda, almost in any sector. There are opportunities here. But which one do you enjoy? If you do something you don't like, you'll find it very difficult to make it succeed. Then are you the best? Do you have the skills necessary to run this business? Skills are very very easy to get if you look for them. And where's the money to start your business? That's always the question for the women. Where do I get the money? Now, if you're already working or you have a kind husband or a family, can you start saving a little bit? We don't save. I just saw mobs. Somebody had a party, a birthday party for 10 million shillings. Really? Yes, it was on Twitter. So, can we not do that? That is very good money to start your business. So, if you can get money from relatives, friends, or your own savings, that is the best. Borrowing in Uganda is very expensive. And when you start a business, it will not succeed for a little while. Very few things make money like overnight. For the first maybe 1 year, you're not making any money. Oh my God, please, no. Start your business fast. So it's better you start a smaller business, start small and try to grow your business. But don't borrow. Get money from relatives, friends, join together with your friends. So joint venture, form a circus or a cooperative, and together you put your money together and you start a business. Even Sudi, even Luana, everyone. A few of us were a little bit lucky. I inherited something, but I've had to grow it. What I inherited is not what I have. I continued to grow it. I could have just sat down and spent it and now be like everyone else now starting from zero. So that is how you take up business, and you have to be very focused and very serious. And forget consumerism. Don't buy the mobile phones, expensive ones. Forget the weddings, forget the graduation parties, and put every bit of money that you can find into your business.
Being a busy woman, Maggie tells us how she spends her free time.
I'm now a farmer and I'm excited. My chicken lay eggs, so I'm excited about the whole farming experience. I love movies, I love dramas, I love fiction and books. I think that I have not shared with anyone. That is what I do in my free time. And I used to have some free time, but now I have grandchildren again, so that keep me busy. So again, I'm getting less and less time to read and to watch movies, but otherwise I like that very much.
Having worked and contributed with various organizations, Maggie attributes her success to her hard work and advises women to consider starting up businesses.
As a businesswoman, I am happy that Pepsi Cola, Crown Beverages, has grown. It's very successful. When we first bought it, we were selling about 5 million plates a year. Now we are selling over 30. So there's been a lot of growth. I am also very happy that when I was at the Uganda Investment Authority, I was able to change the way people look at Uganda and even Africa as a whole. We used to promote East Africa. So we saw our countries beginning to attract investors, beginning to be taken seriously, and now they are taken very seriously. People want to come. So that was a major achievement, and also the number of companies that we were able to attract here. With foreign investment, we had the highest in the region. There, over $4 billion worth of foreign investment in Uganda, but also domestic investments, over 10 billion worth of domestic investments, and we created at least 400,000 jobs. I'm also happy with the scouts. I am the chief scout of Uganda. I sit on the Shell Foundation board, so there are a number of boards that I sit on that I am proud of. Also proud of the work I've done with the youth. A lot of youth listen to me. They say I'm their role model, some of them. So I've been able to impact them, to change their mindset about business. And some of them have started very good businesses, and I'm happy with that. My other success may be my children. I have 3 children. They all graduated from university, and they are all doing their own things, including your celebrity. Navio is okay. Yeah, he's doing well. Quite successful. I'm looking forward to the newest song. I have only one daughter. She's a medical doctor, and she works very hard and very busy. But yes, I still know that they should volunteer. Young girls do not like volunteering anymore. They feel they need to be paid for whatever they do, and yet it is very exciting, the results you get from volunteering. I continue to work, and I certainly will continue to work and to be useful to the community. Right now, I am a member of the Elders Forum of Uganda and also of the Women's Situation Room. And with these two, we've been working at peace. We are working at peace for our country. So during the election period, we had a lot of work to do, and now we continue to ensure that by the time we go ahead, say to 2021, we will have everything in place for a very good, very peaceful, very clear election roadmap.
According to Dr. Maggie, one needs to realize opportunities and work through them. This is how she would love to be remembered.
For the women who are watching me, I think one is there's nothing they cannot do. They used in my time to be jobs that were done by men. Now I cannot even think of one. Technology has leveled the playing field. Even a plane, you don't have to push it. Even a lorry, it just goes. You step on a cart and off you go. So there's nothing that the women cannot do. Second one, there's nothing you cannot learn. You know, it doesn't matter what degree you did. You can always move from that one. I moved from medical career that I did into business, back into government, now into something else. And what you need to do is keep on learning. Find out information, learn, look for where are they teaching about these things so that I can go there. Knowledge is absolutely power. Knowledge about wide knowledge. Don't limit yourself to your little specific area where you work. You need to know a little bit about everything. I am very weak in the politics, for example. Doesn't interest me except when there's a problem. But you know you have to stay on top of it. You have to know what is happening. Otherwise, your business and yourself will be at risk. So keep knowing widely about everything that is happening. I think those would be the two most important. No, we have our motto at Gayaza, which was never give up. There's no need to give up. You can, in Luganda I would say lemeraku, or lemeraku and you will succeed.
To defeat Africa's challenges, women need to realize their potential and harness sustainable models to create jobs and shift fellow women as a key pathway to development.